Welcome to Chris Cook for YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing a hearty meal because we're moving into the winter months and it's going to be cold, so you're going to need something substantial in your stomach. Now this is a very cheap meal, but it's a very good meal. I'm going to be doing turkey necks in gravy served over rice. Now these turkey necks cost me $2. So they were relatively very cheap, and I got 7 in here. So that tells you just how cheap this actually dish is going to be. Now the ingredients that you're going to need in order to make this, you're going to need your onion powder. This is poultry seasoning, salt and pepper. This is some minced garlic that I just chopped up, and some carrots. Now the 2 ingredients that you don't really need is the minced garlic. You can use powdered garlic, and the carrots. But I had it in my refrigerator, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it in the pot. Of course, you're going to need the turkey next. Now, when I get ready to make the gravy that's going to go over my turkey, then I'm going to add to that the granulated garlic, the onion soup mix, some fennel because I have it here, and some fresh onion. And I'm also going to use my soup base. I don't have it on the table, but I'm going to use the soup base because that soup base is going to bring in extra flavor that's going to make these turkey parts taste so good. So I'm going to go away, get the turkey all washed and on the stove, and I'll meet you at the stove. Be right back. Hi, I came back just to show you something. You never get too old to learn something in the kitchen, and I thought that this was just, it was so cool when I learned it. My daughter taught it to me, and I've been cooking all of this time, and I've never paid any attention to this until she brought it up. If you have salt and pepper shakers like this, or salt and pepper shakers like this, did you know that up underneath your salt and your pepper shakers, there is some grooves right there? That's under your salt, and that's under pepper. You have some grooves right there. And I'm going to show you something that I thought was really cool. If you want it free flowing, see how fast that salt comes out when you rub the 2 together? Now I need about 2 tablespoons of salt so I can sit up here and do it for a minute. But you see how fast it flows out versus you sitting up here trying to shake it out? And the same thing with the pepper. Look, you can see this better because it's falling on white. Look at how fast it's flowing out. Just by this one little unique trick. And I've been cooking for 50 years and I never knew it. So just wanted to come back and show you that little tip, because when she showed it to me, I thought that that was really awesome. Now my hands, I know they're a little bit ashy. That's because I had them in the gloves, and inside of the gloves there is powder inside of the glove. So I wanted to come back and show you that. And for those of you who don't know it, try doing that, because it will make your salt and your pepper so easy flowing out of the little glass containers. I'll meet you at the stove. Be right back. Okay, now I'm at the stove, and the turkey necks have started to simmer just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and add my ingredients. And I told you that I chopped up some minced garlic. So I'm going to go ahead, or I minced up some garlic and put it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that into my pot. And I did these carrots real small. I had the carrot in my refrigerator. I just went ahead and used it. You don't have to put a carrot in here. You really don't have to use chopped garlic if you don't have it. You can just use powdered garlic. But this is going to give you just a little bit more flavor. But with the way Southern cooks cook, you're going to have flavor anyway. And then I'm going to add my seasonings, everything that you seen me name, just for the start, which was really my salt and my pepper and some onion powder and something else. Okay, I'm going to put in that. Now I'm going to allow this to cook for a while. I'm thinking it's going to take about an hour, 45 minutes, just a little bit under 2 hours. And then I'm going to bring you back. The water should have boiled down quite a bit. And then I'm going to do a fast gravy today. So it's not going to really be that that hard, and then I'm going to serve it over some rice, and I'm either going to have a dinner roll with it or a biscuit. Don't know which one I'm going to have yet, but by the time we get to that point, I'll show you. Now, this is very low maintenance because all is required is for you to just get your seasonings together and, of course, rinse off your meat or wash off your meat, put it in a pot. That's all you have to do because the stove is going to do the rest of it. So that's already done. I'm going to tilt my pot in the beginning when it starts to boil. Then I'm going to put my pot top all the way on and allow it to cook. So I'll bring you back I'll bring you back when this is cooked enough for us to start the gravy. Then I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. I'll be alrighty right now. Back. I'm at the stove, and I think that these turkey necks have cooked enough, and I know that they're done. And the way that you can tell that is if you take a turkey neck, stick your fork in it, and then twist. If that meat comes off like that meat just came off, that means that those are done. So now I want to make my gravy to this dish, but before I do that, I want to add some seasonings, because even though I seasoned the meat earlier when I added the cabbage and the salt, pepper, the other little things that I added, I did not season my gravy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and this gravy is going to actually season up my turkey necks a little bit more, but it's going to season the gravy up real well. So I just put in some Lipton onion, some onion soup mix. I don't use Lipton. I've been using that all my life, so that's why I continuously say it. And I'm going to put in some onion powder, and of course, as I always do, I'll put your measurements at the bottom, and that was about a tablespoonful. Then I'm going to add some of the granulated garlic. Now, granulated garlic, I don't care what it is, it's going to make that food taste good. Okay? Now what I want to put in is a little piece of this butter that I have sitting over to the side. And I'm not going to put that much in there, but that butter will help to bring out that flavor even more. You can still see some of the carrots that are down over in the liquids. Then I'm going to use this soup base, because I'm telling you, it's nothing like this soup base when you want more flavor. And I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of that in there. And the reason why I'm putting so much is because I'm going to serve this over the rice. So the seasonings that I put on the actual turkey necks, it's going to help to flavor my rice as well, because it's going to be like a bed of rice up underneath it. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some more salt to this. And I showed you earlier how to do it this way. See? I think that is so cute. Okay, so I added some more salt. I'm going to do the same thing with my pepper. Okay, and then I have some onions that are chopped up over here. I'm going to go ahead and put these onions in because I want them to cook now. Now these onions, I want them to be tender, and I want them to still have a little bit of a crunch in them. So that's why I went ahead and put the onions in. Now I have a half of a cup of water, and I'm going to add some carnation milk to this, and I'm going to put in 2 heaping tablespoons full of cornstarch. Now I don't need but just a little bit of carnation milk. I'm going to add just a little bit, because I don't care what you're doing when you're adding when you're making any type of gravy, carnation milk is good for it. That's like, because it helps to cream it up. And that's like 2 tablespoons that I've added to this water. Now I'm going to stir this. Now if you'll look into the pot, it looks like that gravy is already trying to cream itself. But it's not going to do any more than that. That's all it's going to do. And what helped to make that a little bit creamier was that That soup base that I put in there, because that's what it does. So now I'm going to put in my cornstarch, and my cornstarch is going to go ahead and thicken up my gravy. Now I have a half a cup of water, but I don't know exactly how much it is that I need. So I'm just going to add this until it gets to the consistency that I really want to see it at. I need something else. Let me get a paddle. Okay, and I'm going to cut this heat down because I know this is going to really cream up. Now, one thing about cornstarch takes on whatever you put it into. That's the flavor that cornstarch takes on. So if you put it into a soup base, it's going to take on the flavor of the soup. If you put it into a peach cobbler, it's going to take on the flavor of the peach cobbler. Now you see that's two different meals, or it's two different actually dishes, but the cornstarch has taken on the flavor of each one of them. Now look at this. And I need this gravy to be creamy like this. Why do I need it this creamy? Because I'm going to put it over a bed of rice. All right. Now, you see how it has creamed up? See how thick it is? See how thick it is? And what I'm going to do, see? Look. See that? Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down on real low. I'm going to let this simmer just until my onions can cook up just a little bit. And I'm going to bring you back. And I'm going to dish up a plate by the time I think this is truly ready. I'm going to give it like about, I don't know, about 10-15 minutes. And I'll be right back. Turn it down just a little bit more. All right, now the meal is almost eaten. So I'm going to go ahead and dish up a plate so I can show you how this came out and exactly what it actually looks like. I haven't eaten yet, but I mean, that's okay. I decided I better put it in the center. So I'm going to put just a little bit of rice down on my plate. Kind of up, okay. And then I'm going to put, since I'm over here, I might as well just go ahead and put 2 biscuits down on the plate. There we have 2 of them. I'll move that to the back. And then I'm going to go ahead and show what is left of this meal. Because there's only 2 left. So I'm going to, or 3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take some of the gravy, put it on top of the rice. And you can see the onions and the carrots all inside, and you can see how thick the gravy came out. And then I'm going to take 2 of, maybe I better take 1. Let's see if I got a skinny one. Here's a skinny one. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to put that down on the plate. Now, that's my gravy. You see my gravy came out with the cornstarch. It came out thick and good, like I needed it to come out. And then when you put it on the plate, I want to clean up a plate. There you go. Okay, that's what it ends up looking like. So, today Chris is making turkey necks, sorry about that, with gravy over a bed of rice that's made with cornstarch, and I had biscuits on the side. So that's what I have for you tonight. That is a hearty meal that you're going to need when the winter months actually come. Okay? Just want to make something that I think that you can use that's cheap and inexpensive, and I think that your whole family can eat it and you can enjoy it and yet not have spent a lot of money. So, as always, thank you for watching. Chris Cook for you too. Bye.